Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts, Stocks, and Crypto TA live stream with me, No FOMO Charts. Today is Friday, September 1st, 2023. Just a quick heads up, this Monday in America is a holiday, so the USA stock market is closed this coming Monday, September 4th, 2023. So it's a holiday weekend here for the USA for most people. Now, just want to say welcome to my stream. This is a technical charts live stream where I talk about swing trading, investing, longer term time frames for both stocks, crypto. If you have a request or question, just go ahead and let me know now in the live chats. I'm streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as well. We have a Twitter group as well, so go ahead and check that out. First off, stock market season is basically over. There's just a handful of companies that are left over, including GameStop, DocuSign, and Kroger, just to name a few. The economic data releases this week. We have services PMI, or next week, data. Unemployment claims. We have a bunch of FOMC member speeches next week, and then next Saturday is the G20 meetings. Mixed inflation data this month. So PCE was 0.2%. That's flat in line with expectations. However, unemployment for the previous month's data did go up, actually. So there is more jobs lost, less job openings, and GDP actually fell just a small amount down. So that's mixed data. And so it kind of proves that the fight on inflation is not over yet, and that interest rates are probably going to have to be increased several more times this year. Now, crypto, there's two important news that came out this week. So earlier in the week, Grayscale Corporation, so they created their crypto ETFs for the stock market. They had a legal court win in the battle. And a judge ruled that the SEC must reconsider Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF application, and the market went up for those 1 or 2 days. However, yesterday, Thursday, the SEC announced in response that they are delaying all Bitcoin ETF decisions for all applicants. And due to their public review process, so they have up to 240 days delay time, and the next announcement milestone is the middle of October. So that's why you keep seeing news about Bitcoin ETF. It's a matter of when, not if, and SEC needs to finalize whatever they're trying to do with that decision. But basically, that's why you didn't hear me. You did not see me pumping crypto coins right now, because I knew it's not over. The full final decision must come from the SEC in regards to crypto regulatory issues. Okay, let's go ahead and move over to stocks now. One moment. Okay, let's go and start off with the S&P 500 here. We're on the daily. Now, the good thing that happened this week is we narrowly avoided a bearish head and shoulders. Remember, I was talking about this pattern? Let me go to SPX. SPX, we hopefully avoided a head and shoulders bearish pattern if that happens. It's still possible. It's still possible. Now, if I draw a trend line on the bottom side, you can see we're still riding that trend line. We broke up above it, which is good. Still in this rising wedge type of pattern. That's fine. This is all normal. On the weekly, we had a little bit of a reversal, a little bullish piercing into a bullish engulfing candle. This might be considered a Morningstar pattern off of news. We had the higher low inside of this. There's a hidden trend line here like this that traders are playing off of. Still in the golden up cross for now. And RSI, there's MACD histogram momentum building. It's not even the overbought territory. We're still surviving here. as long as we don't crash in the price as such. If we make a lower high, if we have a series of bad news for 2, 3, 4 weeks and it crashes back down, this is why. And the downside target would be 6% to downside, which would be not good. That is not good. We lose the 200, we lose the 100 EMA on the way down if that happens. The upside target's very easy, just right here about 4,600 at the top of this head area. And also, if you look way left, there is this 46.39 area as well as the bullish target. Now, going to QQQ, NASDAQ, and looks like scribbling on the charts, but we also narrowly avoided a potential head and shoulders. You can see it was forming, plus a double top here at resistance, neckline. We bounced off of that. That's good. Very good. However, if we are to continue this uptrend, what do we need to happen? We need higher highs in the price. The upstairs pattern needs to continue. Needs to continue. Right? So if we look at it like this, turn off all indicators, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. This is a lower low. That was not good. So we had a moment of yellow light. Can we push up to the higher high is the question for this next 1 or 2 months. So resistance target 387, 400. I'll leave that blue bar there. And we always want to watch out for this neckline. If that breaks down, that's where we know 357 and the dotted yellow line, we're going to have a problem on the uptrend if that happens. And downside target is, again, 6% to the downside. These are the 3 levels I'm watching for QQQ and watching that trend play out. The weekly, nice little weekly pivot point, made that higher low. A little bit higher than I expected, but that's because we bounce off oversold conditions with that MACD histogram. Dow Jones a little bit more clear. Do want to point on the daily, there's that MACD histogram that's starting to go build up to the bullish side. We bounced off that support level. Remember, I like playing supports levels as a long, just educational wise, right? 2-to-1 plays, reward risk, and they are here. There were plenty of opportunities in the past 1.5 years. But now we had that nice support bounce. And on the weekly potential, not quite a hammer candle, almost. Still looking like a little bit of a doji, but is this a morning star? That'd be good. Let's get to that higher high somewhere in the 364 area over time. Are we still golden up cross? Yes, we are. We didn't even hit the 200 EMA down here, so we are fine for now. IWM, this is an interesting common play that happens here. First, we go in the weekly. This is starting to look like a consolidation play, right? Bouncing up and down all over the place. And it's starting to turn into a bit of an ascending triangle. That's good. But then watch out for this resistance, which failed 3 times. So breakout plays, there might be the one last one somewhere over here where it finally breaks down the price. But, you know, I was calling this out for about a month, saying this is a potential support play on Russell 2000, and it's up 10%. So I'm just going to leave that there. It's still golden up cross. We just bounced off this 200 EMA. So as long as we launch up past 200, hopefully get that breakout this year if the news is good. Very quickly, let's look at gold. So gold established a level of support, the gap up continuation. There was bullish momentum here on this MACD signal line, which bounced us upwards. And this is kind of this descending wedge, falling wedge or channel type of play. Let me erase this line. But we marked that spot and it was oversold play, bounced up to the upside. Now it's trying to target resistance up here at about 181 on the gold side. That happened with Bitcoin as well. Silver, remember I marked this double bottom saying it could bounce all the way up to one of these targets up here, $21, $22. That's exactly what happened. We had an intraday oversold with MACD histogram. That was a clean 6 to 9% profit and walking the stop loss up there. Now it's locked in terms of starting to consolidate into a symmetrical triangle. You see this tightening up like this. If it doesn't break out as such, Watch out for this pulling back, probably back to $21.46. Copper, very quickly, copper ETF. So still inside the symmetrical triangle, you can see it's tightening up sideways. We do have this MACD histogram and it's starting to build a little bit. Want to watch out for the intraday areas. Intraday, this is nice. H1 chart just golden crossed up. So see if that maintains momentum and continues to the upside here in the H4 area as well. So copper, just not much going on this chart. I will say on the weekly, however, there is a large MACD histogram here. Could be considered bullish momentum in the long term for a couple weeks. Let's look at some ETFs, sector ETFs. We'll look at some countries as well. Try to go a little faster for today's stream. CXOK had a nice upside down head and shoulders here. That's an additional clue. This is a very good pattern to study. When this happens, one of my favorite patterns, you have upside down bullish head and shoulders with MACD histogram, a double bottom on the RSI, bouncing off a level of support. That's 4 signals to say buy something. In the past, education. Now, do we hit the target of 3%? Yes, we did. That's why people are selling off. And we're getting a little bit this pullback here. So again, want to watch out for head and shoulders if that happens. XLC, same thing, had a higher low with a sell-off. Real estate consolidating inside of here. Energy, this is what I was looking at before the stream started. It's having this breakout effect. I skipped oil. Let me go back to oil, right? Oil with the breakout. Oil with the breakout. You go on a H1 or H4, golden cross up. Buy that, right? 5%. Nice target. Hit my target exactly almost within the 20, 30 cents. So now that this thing's starting to golden cross up, higher low, higher high, where that's going to be, could be 77, could be 80, and then watch for it to pull back for support. Natural gas, still struggling down here in this lower channel. So again, until it breaks out cleanly, closes above 777, probably not going anywhere else except for sideways in the channel here. Back to sector ETFs. You can see we want to watch out. We're not making a lower high here for a downtrend. That would not be good for any sector. All sectors need to blast off higher, break the resistance, probably based off of data that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks. So this is what I'm saying to watch out for is even though we're in the golden cross on some of these ETFs, it's uptrending, but if it can reverse and then the bears take over and sell off, and that's not good, right? So we're holding out this level of support and the next level of support is down here at $70. XLF, finally, something good happened here in terms of the golden cross, and it is holding a relative support level on the price. However, I do want to point this out. Still under that trend line, right? So it's in the beginning stages. If this survives, maybe it will turn into something like this in early 2023 before the crash. Doesn't this look very similar? I wonder if the forecast that might come true is XLF might repeat history again. And it eerily looks similar. So if it's going to be the exact same thing that happens, maybe 5 to 7% with the pullback somewhere in there on oversold, overbought conditions. But there is, you can see even the MACD as well is starting to look a little suspicious. Only thing that'll reverse that is some kind of big bearish data that comes out. Utilities, unfortunately, still in the downtrend, just lost that support. Semiconductors still going up in the uptrend. Now, one thing I didn't notice before I started the stream is if we look at some of the big tech stocks, however, it's a slightly different story. Apple had this nice upside down head and shoulders. Wonderful. Microsoft, not so much. Google might pull back down on us just a little bit. It's still in this golden up cross, which is great. Now, AMD, however, you can see this is what I'm talking about. AMD with the longer term consolidation. So some of these semiconductor stocks, we are in the uptrend, but it looks like it's fading down to find a support. It's happened one. Let me point this out. It has happened one, two, three. This might be the fourth time. So even though this looks bad, if it breaks out above 121 and holds, it could be the actual next entry point for some of these stocks, as long as we don't crash. If it is a different story, it's so high. I mean, it went from 115 to 45, just absolutely phenomenal stock, but it's not even in the overbought range except for the weekly. So watch out for this. You might go a little bit more, maybe hit 500 in NVIDIA, and then watch out for just a bearish pullback because this is just one really extremely overbought stock for now. Tesla, golden cross, but watch out for the temporary lower high. I need to see some additional bullish data coming out from Tesla in terms of the cars and manufacturing. High, low, high, low. Where's our high? Need to break above 289 to get out of this problem. It's okay if it goes like this, right? We had some consolidation issues before with Tesla, so if it happens again, okay, pull back down to 220, and then let's see some good data to push us back up. Netflix very similar, finally up crossed, and we're still holding here. Netflix, nice to see a little MACD histogram here. So as long as we bounce off support, we're okay. Let me go ahead and check the request. If you have a request or question, just let me know now. It's going to be my shorter stream today. Let's go over to crypto. So welcome everybody. This is the crypto section on my live stream. I'm streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch. We have a Twitter X group as well. TOTAL. Total market cap. Let me start this over for people just joining for the first time. 2022 to 2023, we went into a downtrend. We finally had a reversal. This year, we had our attempt at an uptrend, and now we are going sideways in the market. Tightening up consolidation if we want to be very exact. Somebody asked me, when is the next stream? I usually stream on weekends. USA time in the evenings. My schedule varies, so that's why. But if you have a question, that's why I have YouTube comments. Just on I check the YouTube comments every time before I stream. So if you if you want to leave a question or request, just go ahead and type it there. And if you're on the stream now, just go ahead and just ask me. But usually, on average, usually Sunday evenings, maybe 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. And things kind of change around. But you know, the request is wide open. I'm considering trying to find another kind of request only website that makes it easier for people. But right now it's just YouTube comments or live chat. Thank you for watching and supporting. So TOTAL, right now we're going sideways in the symmetrical triangle. And why is that happening? All of this is because of SEC lawsuits, like all of this. Right? We had the crash. That was because of FTX and some, scam or spam coins, market crash. But we had this double bottom here, and we're trying to consolidate right now. The only good thing is we did have the golden cross, but our price at the time of this live stream is below the 200 EMA. That's not good for now. At least if we were to keep it positive, the price has to get above 1.08 trillion market cap for this chart. The fact that we're down here, the only good thing I could say is it's a support level. So as long as this holds, maybe in a month or two from now, we might bounce back up to the upside here, this resistance. Okay. So what we want to watch out for is you just saw, and this is why whipsaw, sometimes I don't buy news immediately, and I've been in the market for years now. This one green candle at this arrow, this is the Grayscale ETF court win announcement date, the news from the beginning of my stream. And then 2 days later or 3 days later, the SEC reversed that. So that's why it's just a whipsaw. Anyone who longed out might have got stopped out or, slightly negative in their position heading into this weekend. And that it is what it is. So as long as we hold the support here above $1 trillion market cap, we're kind of stuck here for now. What is the trend though? If I'm very honest, the price is downtrending. Okay, I want people to know that and to realize that we are not going sky high, mooning in the price right now. We're actually consolidating for the past month. It is going down. So I sold all of my swing positions for profit and some of my stock position for profit. And I've been out of that for about a week now. Making sure, are we going to crash here? Because it's possible. We do have this sideways looking head and shoulders here, and it's because the news, we're right at that neckline support. If the market continues and we lose this support, we close below here, crypto could be in big trouble in terms of prices crashing. We do also have in the weekly, you could see low, lower high, and we're right here testing this support level of 1 trillion. We lose that, we can make a lower low in crypto market space. All coins might go down over time. So yes, the day traders, again, I'm a long-term perspective. So the day traders, it can go up for a day or two. Swing traders might go for a week in whichever direction. Also, remember that we had futures trading authorized by Coinbase exchange, and people can bet against the price of crypto. It doesn't always have to go up. So we had kind of two bearish events this month. Now let's go to Bitcoin futures. Sometimes I like to use Bitcoin futures. Okay. Let's look at Bitcoin futures first. I know this is not the correct price, but where did the CME futures stop before we hit this weekend? Right, we lost the golden up cross. I want people to realize that is it didn't turn into a death cross. I'm just saying the price is below, even on this chart. I like to turn on the gaps. You can see where's the next major gap down. Next major gap down is about $20,000 Bitcoin, and the fact that we lost this, I sold because of this blue circle, because we should have stopped here and rallied up if we're going to head towards $30,000, $40,000 Bitcoin. But at this moment in time, it fell down. So if I turn on pivots, where's my next pivot point? Mathematically calculated 24,000, 22,000 support level. If I use Fibonacci just for this move, you could see right above the 382, that 50% retrace. I'll move it down here, 23,000, 21,000. Those could be bearish targets. Now the market, it's not even super oversold here on the daily. Let's check a H4. It's oversold on an H1 chart, but it's still death cross. Does that make sense? So sometimes on the shorter term time frames, it's already starting to go down. H4, it's death crossed here as well with attempted rallying and rejection. And we're not even in the oversold range here. So I'm anticipating it could keep going down. The only thing that'll stop this is, let's say in the stock market correlations, let's say NASDAQ and every single, Dow Jones index, S&P 500 goes up, even gold goes up, like maybe this thing will just follow along. But if we continue to have bearish news, I can foresee this bearish setup that's happening right now. On the weekly as well, that potential double top here, that would be 17% to the downside, bringing us back into this 618 range, the $21,000 Bitcoin. The MACD is already down crossed. So it is not like this is a mystery. It is not a mystery. Okay, the last time on the weekly we had a down cross was 2021 at $45,000 Bitcoin, and it crashed a negative 65%. So that's why if we do not recover the market, Bitcoin might be in trouble this year. So this applies to the regular Bitcoin as well. Now we're looking at regular Bitcoin chart. We lost that support level. Now we're just hoping for oversold conditions turn around somewhere in this next box area. The only good thing I'm going to say is there is a little bit of this MACD histogram. Hopefully we could survive and push through that to the upside. So to make it very clear to people who are just joining, let me just mark down the support level so people know what's going on here. I'm just going to use a Gemini chart. So Fibonacci, what's my trend? Long term, we lost our uptrend for now in the price, like this. The rising wedge, we actually lost it for now. It fell outside of that range. Intermediate, we're holding this level of support like this, kind of going sideways in that consolidation. And if you use Fibonacci to identify support levels, holding right above that 382. And then here we can see support, next level down, 23,639, resistance immediately above 27,000. And then we have this $30,000 or $31,000 psychological, and also 21,000. Those are the four levels I'm staring at. That's all that matters. The fact that we're going sideways, I don't like that in terms of trading, because when we go sideways, that leaves opens the opportunity for a bearish market pullback crash. Move on to Ethereum. If you have a request on certain coin, just let me know now. I'm going to end in a couple, like 5 or 10 minutes. We don't need to analyze the whole market right now. So Ethereum USD. Unfortunately, on the daily, there's a death cross. This is not good, folks. This is not good. Okay, I'm being very honest right now. When you have a death cross and the price stays under there, that leaves the room open for, let me rewind and show you where we had the last death cross in this circle. Over time, what happened? Eventually, the market we had a symmetrical triangle breakout, couldn't sustain that price, market downturn, right? Isn't that the same thing sort of happening right now? We had a market rally, very small one, fizzled out, price falls below. It's probably going to bounce around under here for a while as the bulls keep trying to push it. But if we don't break out and start a real uptrend, it leaves it vulnerable to pullbacks. And we can see the support level on the downside is way down here, about 1390 Ethereum. And I want to watch out for that. This could be temporary weakness, right? If there's some bullish news, if the SEC flips their decision in October, then maybe it's going to be different. Let's move on to someone other big name, Litecoin. After its halving, just never recovered. That's why I took my profit, right? Just as a swing trader, I know if it's going to go up and if there's bad news and it crashes back down, got to take that profit. So, for example, what am I saying? Is like this. If I had a 10% stop loss on a 10% total of my account, so then I'm risking 1% of my total account on an example trade. The numbers move around, but just visually, what I'm saying is if I bought somewhere down here and it's just going to move my stop loss up until it gets stopped out into profit, so that I would have a profit of, example, 50%, and I was risking, that 10% stop loss. So the fact that it doesn't break out above this resistance and we lost that support, now it's the battle for the floor support. Now the bulls must defend down here, and it's going to be a little bit tougher with the news against them. Only thing good here on Litecoin is that it lost to 618. Maybe it can turn around here on the 786 level, this $56 area in the blue. Hopefully you can turn around there and get on this bounce. Watch out for this though. This is a classic bearish pattern. Low, lower, high, and then lower, low if that happens. Let's move on to, should have gone to Solana. Let's go to Solana. So Solana in the symmetrical triangle, and I marked that support down here about 1775. Solana is not oversold on the daily, although there is a little bit of MACD histogram building. So I wouldn't really enter this one until you get some kind of deep piercing, and then try to play that retest, unless there's a flash crash on one of these other charts down here. So you can see the hourly on many of these coins is downtrending. Okay, so I will not try to catch a falling knife if we start capitulating and crashing down hard. Cardano. The only thing good about Cardano is if you see on the large blue or yellow line, that's that kind of last level of support on the downside down there. And as long as we hold that, Cardano might be okay. But you can see it's still downtrending. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If you don't make a lower high, then it's going to lower low. And so if it gets below 25 cents, might attack bearish move. XRP. So we had that failed XRP breakout on the court wins. I want to just inform people and make people aware that there are government and institutional forces that are against crypto here in the USA. So you can see that the crypto exchanges or like a crypto company like XRP, Ripple, they have they win in court for one issue, and then the SEC or the government or another institution will fight against it to combat it. Does that make sense? That's what's happening. We're fighting. It's not really the battle of the traders. It's not really bulls versus bears right now for trading. It's actually government versus companies. It's government versus the actual cryptocurrencies themselves. So it's kind of out of my hands. It's not in my control as a trader. All I can control as a trader is myself, my risk tolerance, my position sizing, my stop losses, my order management, my trade, my charts, my alerts, everything you see on the screen. I control in terms of my charts, what I draw with my mouse, right? Or what I input into the keyboard here like this. That's what I can control, my emotions as well. So that's just a little educational tidbit advice there as we're moving into this next couple months of crypto. So XRP, the only thing good about XRP is we had a golden cross and it attempted to break out, but that's why I don't recommend breakouts because sometimes they fail. And it failed. It whipsawed up, back down, back into the triangle. Okay, we lost the intermediate support. So where's the next level down? 46 cents, 41 cents, 36 cents. Those three levels. I like to buy really low. So if it comes down here in the 36-cent area, that might be an oversold play to play that quick bounce to get that quick swing trade. It's going to happen at one of these points because I can see the market, it's trying to bounce and it's oversold. So just one more leg down and maybe we get a little reversal there for a quick trade. Now, AVAX trying to, we just lost that support level at 1072. And if we zoom all the way out, remember, AVAX can crash all the way back down to $3 down here. This is a descending triangle pattern. If I move this up a little bit, this is a descending triangle pattern. What is that measured move? It says 99%. Okay, that's a little ridiculous number. The conservative number, maybe at 25% is first range. 25% will bring us down to 820. So again, you can kind of see it's already death cross. We had a reversal attempt in the crypto market, but the fact that it's fading down like this is not good. It is not like 2021 or 2020 where we had massive uptrends. I want to point this out to people. When we have massive uptrends is where we want to just jump in on some cryptos and then ride the wave up. When it's consolidating like this, it's sideways, it's just could go either way. However, when it starts downtrending, I do not buy that as a long. So that's why I was getting hands off on crypto these past couple months and weeks. DOT still in the death cross downtrend, testing its support level at $4. The next major level down, 369, 272. These are just example risk reward down here, right? Trying to pre-plan my entry for next time. Dogecoin. Dogecoin has a yellow level of support down here about the 6 cents range. So as long as we can hold off of that, but you can already see it's angling down. It's not even angling up. It's angling down. So as long as this holds above that 5,200 range, maybe get a little bit of psychological price action like this so day traders can try to catch that. Shiba Inu as well. I played this one leg up. How did I know how to exit? Because we had the same thing happen at beginning of 2023. So I entered in this general area, right? And it's going up, it's going up. Stop loss executed in this general area. Took my profit. How much profit was that? Approximately like 40, 45%. And when it's going to come down, what happened last time? Came down, attempted bounce, but if it doesn't go back up, it's going to downtrend. That's what I keep saying, repeating it for every coin because it looks so similar. We had this attempt, pull back. We might get this consolidation, one more small attempt, pull back down. Then the bulls will say, okay, defend support down there. The reverse bullish case is high, low, higher, high. I would love that to happen. for a lot of traders. Love to see that happen, except we're not oversold yet. So that'll be a day trader's play. Maddox Death Cross, so watch out for that. Not even quite super oversold yet. Adam, this is what happens on coins that don't have hype. When it's downtrending and death cross like that, I stay far away from this. I don't like this coin. I don't like this chart setup, I should say. Not the coin, but the chart setup. Because I want to buy an uptrend. If I'm a long, try to catch these uptrends on whatever I could find. If it's going down, you actually want to short that down. If you have futures, managing risk, smaller position size, but I want to short this thing down on the death cross and then let it crash. Then a futures trader would be up 40% on their position. Near still in the death cross, rejecting down. Uni reverse back, whipsaw back down in the descending triangle pattern, so be aware of this. Watch out for that. The only coin that went up was Tron on my list. So this is a example of sometimes some coins defy the market and the market leaders have that relative strength. High, low like this. So buying the support levels on Tron, that was a potential play. There's a little bit of upside down head and shoulders action on this Tron price. So maybe the target could be up here at 8,700. But now Bitcoin Cash, if people are wondering, I'm going to answer. We had this nice 60% rally that went almost double the target. Now, it hit this 200 EMA and there was bullish momentum. However, the bearish SEC news just kind of destroyed that rally. So until we break out above this upper trend line, Bitcoin Cash unlikely to go up very high in terms of a rally, right? You can see it's X marks a spot. We need to hold this 200 EMA, which is $173. You need to hold that. There was MACD histogram momentum building, and I would have loved to see Bitcoin Cash blast off the $300 range, and I would have entered again. But if it's going to pull back down, watch out for that. Ethereum Classic as well, double bottom, but it's not quite the super oversold double bottom that I like to play. If I'm going to enter, maybe I'll enter on one of these candle body wicks down here, if I could catch one of those. XLM, only thing good about XLM is at least it's back testing this resistance point up here, and you can see it has a golden cross temporarily. So I like to see XLM, if it can hold above 11 cents, try to let that bounce back up to like 16 cents area. Okay, those are the major coins that I like to show on the stream. Oh, I have a question on XRP. Let me answer this last one, and then I will read from the stream. So I have a question here. Great info. Thank you. Any thoughts on golden cross for XRP on weekly chart? Okay, golden cross weekly. So I'm using XRP, Tether chart, Binance. Let's go on a weekly. This is true. This is true. On a weekly, there is a golden cross on XRP. Now, the only thing it needs to do is hold that support. Why am I talking like this in terms of a little bit bearish negativity? Is because of the news that came out, right? There is a golden cross on a weekly. It's a very slow indicator. So for this thing to survive, right? Because we see the price actually lost the trend line of this trend line. Now the golden cross right here, the 200 EMA at 47 cents. That's the line we need to not fall below. Once it loses that, you see what happens in the past. Once we lose the 200 EMAs, there's pullbacks that can happen. It's still uptrending. It's totally fine. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. So it has to hold this higher low above 48 cents to continue, maybe to go up to like 62 cents. Another way to look at it is you can put support. It's trying to fall right into that 618, and this is where we're all going to fight for XRP right here. We have to fight for it. So this golden cross, thank you for bringing that to our attention. It is real. It is a slow, and so that's why, this pullback, it could just temporarily be for like a month or two or three, and then if it pulls back, gets oversold enough, like on a daily or H4, a lot of traders might come back. If there's good news, we might get a little bounce. So I'm watching this very closely. You want to keep in mind that even on Bitcoin, we do have a golden cross as well. It's a very similar psychological setup. Ethereum, there was not. Litecoin is death cross down on the weekly. Cardano's death cross down. Solana is most likely death crossed. So XRP is just XRP. It had that golden cross up because we had such a huge rally. So that's why, like, just it yanked the, it pulled the EMA up, but the fact that it whipsaw back down. So, you know, it's kind of, that's why it's mixed right now. That's why you probably hear some people say bullish setup, some people say bearish setup. So for me, as if I'm looking at it from weekly investment, I just need to watch it. Okay, great. All right, thank you everybody for watching and following. I'm streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch. We have a Twitter X group as well. And just a friendly reminder again that this Monday, September 4th, is Labor Day holiday and Labor Day weekend holiday. Stock market is closed on Monday. And the next time you see me on the stream, well, most likely September 10th, around this time or later. So thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.